2021 EDC. Pretty sure last time we did this was probably 2019. So a few things have changed, a few things have stayed the same. So I guess I think last time we kind of like each went through our entire EDC. I think this time we should like do it one piece at a time since a lot of our stuff kind of corresponds. So
first of all, EDC is everyday carry. I don't know if we said that. So that's what EDC is. What you carry on you every day.
No cheating.
Yeah. So some of the stuff will be kind of varied. You know, I don't wear sunglasses every day. I don't wear a fanny pack every day, but there's days that you can scale it up and you can scale it down. But generally, everything in my EDC stays the same, like a variation of something. So, without further ado, where do you want to start?
Well, maybe let's do flashlights.
Okay.
So I think we're both So we're both carrying the Streamlight Pro Tac. This is the one that takes AAAs double A's and Sierra 123s. I ran my Sierra 123 ran out, so I had to put a double A in mine. But you can see Logan's has a ring on it. If we compare the two,
I just found a rubber O-ring and zip tied it into the little lanyard hole. And what that does is, when it's sticking out of my pocket, it kind of acts as like a grab ring. So my finger goes in, I pull it out, and then it's like this. And then if I have to, this isn't a big enough ring necessarily. I'm looking for something a little bit better. But if I have to get my pistol and present it, I can flip this around and it'll dangle. But I don't know. I'd like a better light for defensive purposes, but this light has been good just because I don't feel like I wouldn't feel sick if I lost it. I've already lost one, so.
One thing I really like about this light, like I said, it takes two different kinds of batteries, but something I do really frequently, you can see that the clip, it goes, there's a two-sided clip. I don't even carry the clip in my pocket because that's how I lost the last one. We both lost one of these. But the two-sided clip allows you to clip it onto your hat and create a headlamp, essentially. I actually do use that quite a bit. I had to get my crawl space the other day, and it saved my rear because I didn't have a headlamp. So, flashlight, that's, an important one. I think that about everybody can get use out of a flashlight. Now, granted, cell phones have lights on them, but you can't. You can't clip a cell phone to your head, and you
can't hold it in your mouth.
Can't hold it in your mouth, stuff like that. Do that a lot. I guess next maybe wallets. We both switched our wallets. Logan got both of us started on the Travex wallets. They're kind of a smaller company. They make minimalist wallets. So Logan got the first one, and his actually came with the one that I'm carrying as a promotional deal. And then since he got me the upgrade to add the leather, so it's leather bound now. I'll let him show his first.
So I have the Travex Element. It's pretty slick. So it holds, I believe, 8 to 10 cards. Don't hold me on that, but I'll take all my cards out here. So it holds 8 to 10 cards in here, and then what it has is a place for money on the back that flaps open. There is a money clip in here, but what I've found is that all I do with the money clip, I use the money clip for my hunting license, and then I just put the money on top, and then the flap actually does the holding part. It just holds it up against the cards. And then my favorite part about this is this grommet snap, it's not a button, so buttons wear out. This doesn't. This wallet has a 65-year heirloom warranty. If anything breaks, then you just send it back and get another. But this is paracord stitching. Just a really tough wallet. Not many places for it to fail.
All metal and leather. This is, I can't remember what the name on this one is. Summit. And then it's got, like I said, it's got the leather upgrade on it. Basically, same deal. It holds, I don't know how many cards. I carry 3 different cards. It goes out. And then on the back, it has the money clip. I do use that. I carry quite more cash than I do cards, so you kind of have to pick one or the other. You can't carry a whole lot of either. And then it's got this leather wraparound that I have a little notebook, Right in the Rain notebook, and then that just tucks in. You can stash money in that pocket, and then I have a Fisher Space Pen in the spine of it. It tucks in there. So you can write on the notebook. So, and like I said, it's a Right in the Rain notebook, so you can, write in the rain with the Fisher Space Pen also.
I carry mine in my front right pocket,
I carry mine in my front left.
and then my flashlight goes in my front left pocket, all the way to the side.
Mine's the opposite, front right. So we're just opposite there. After that, do you carry a handkerchief?
Okay.
Well, I go on and off. Basically, I carry it until it gets dirty, and I throw it in my dirty laundry, and I go without it for a little while until I wash the laundry, and then I carry it again. I just like carrying it because, sometimes just shirt material and stuff, if it's synthetic, you can't wipe your glasses off very well and stuff like that. So it's nice to have that.
It's definitely handy. I'm looking for a good one.
Yeah.
I've been looking for something on Etsy, maybe something on small business.
I wish that it wasn't so big because this is a little bulky.
Mm-hmm.
It's too many layers. I wish it was, honestly, I would be fine if it was half the size that it is. It would be perfectly fine. It's a little excessive. We're kind of hopping around just because, between knives and not really any rhyme or reason. But we'll go ahead and go to Leatherman's because we both carry the same deal. Leatherman Wave. It's the golden standard. Granted, it's heavy, and but it's
got everything.
It's got everything. It's the multi-tool of all the multi-tools. There are better variations out there now with the replaceable teeth. Logan's got one, kind of, to show that.
Funny story. I thought I lost this one, and it was in my sister-in-law's couch, and she found it a year later, and I was ecstatic. But I already bought this one. It's the Wave Plus.
It's got
so now I have two.
Yeah, it's got the replaceable teeth, to cut the wire cutting teeth. Because if you damage the teeth on these, they're not really sharpenable. So you kind of just ruin the plier heads.
See it. Yeah.
But you can just unscrew them and replace them on those. That's handy.
These are you can definitely see those. Those are not replaceable.
Yeah. But yeah, these are. There's plenty of reviews out there on these if you want to learn more, but they just have pretty much everything you need. One of the things I like about them is they have a replaceable bit set, and you can get them with the actual bit set. I carry that in my book bag that I carry to church and stuff in my car. So I always have 40 bits or something.
And what I found that really works for me is how the tools are all on the outside. Mm-hmm. A lot of the Leatherman series of multi-tools don't have the tools on the outside. The rebar, for instance, I do have the rebar. I don't know where it is right now, but it does have all the tools basically that the Leatherman has, or the Wave, has, but it has them all on the inside. It's a more streamlined package. It even has the replaceable wire cutters, but you can't get to anything unless you open it up and then take the tool out, and then you have to put it all back together. Just a little.
And there are tools on the inside of this, but they're the ones that you're least likely to use.
Yeah.
On the outside you have your serrated knife, your straight edge knife, your saw, and your fingernail file. So those are the things you're using most. So yeah, that's the Leatherman Wave. If you want to do, I guess, pocket knives.
Yeah.
Next. So this is definitely one that we both changed big time. I still carry, I think in the last video, I don't even remember, I probably had a Rat 2.
Probably.
I lost that, I think. But occasionally, this is something that changes a lot. Carry a lot of different knives.
I feel like we finally kind of made like a routine of it, like a schedule though, because used to, I mean, Landon have a different knife almost every couple months. He used to carry the Leek a lot, which he still does a little bit, but the Kershaw Leek, it's a really good knife.
They're good knives. They're really small, but they're also very, very, very fragile. The tip is very pointy. They're good EDC knife, but they're not robust. I mean,
if you're looking for a good U.S. made EDC knife to get started out with, it's perfect.
And they're relatively cheap. They're like $50. And they have their assisted openings, so they're fun to toy around with. But I've just found that I prefer carrying a larger knife. I used to carry a bigger knife, and I went to the Leek, and I thought, I like carrying a smaller knife. But now that I'm back to this, I just prefer a larger knife. So as far as like us carrying very similar things, we both frequently carry Spyderco's. Logan has the Paramilitary 2, and I have the Para 3. Paramilitary 2 is larger, the Para 3 is smaller. That's them lined up. You can kind of see a little bit. It's very small difference. I just prefer the little bit smaller, but then again, like, I still want to have one of these someday because I do like the length of this quite a bit. Both great knives. There's a lot of benefits to Spyderco's. The hole allows you to open it if you have gloves or anything on. They're very quick. You just put your middle finger in there and flick it, and it opens. And they're compression lock, so you just push the compression lock and it flips closed. I mean, they're loose, but then they snap open, and they're very solid. Spyderco's are good. They're made of good steel. They're very durable. They have a robust blade shape.
These are both S30V.
Yeah.
S30V steels.
Yeah.
CPM S30V.
And it's just their little bonus on there. You're not gonna be able to read it, but it says where it's made. It says Golden, Colorado, USA, Earth. It specifies that they're made on Earth. I just think that's kind of cool.
For whenever Elon Musk populates Mars.
He said we're like 2 years away, so gotta be specific. I hope Spyderco takes advantage of that and starts a factory on Mars. That'd be really cool. So that's something we both carry very similar. We also carry other pocket knives that are
a little more.
They vary, a little more expensive. Not necessarily our everyday carries, but I just got this one actually.
They make it in the rotation.
Yeah, they make it in the rotation. It depends on the day, how you're feeling. Not necessarily something I'd carry to work every day.
I'll let you get your time in the limelight with this one.
Okay. Logan's been in the expensive knife game for longer than I have. He actually was the one that got me into the Spyderco. And
Landon would have never spent $150
on a Spyderco.
On a knife.
It was a gift, and I was very thankful for it. And once I got it, I was sold. I wanted another nice knife. This has been my dream knife for probably well over 5 years. This is a Benchmade Osborne 940. I was originally just going to get the green scale, like the original green scales with like a satin finish. But I got to the store and I realized that all the green scale ones have purple liners. And I just didn't like that. Green and purple, it clashed. I don't know why they do that. It just bothered me, and I wasn't going to spend that much money on a knife and have something I didn't like about it. So I held off, went to another store, and they had this one. It is a carbon fiber. You're probably not going to be able to see, but it's real carbon fiber. It has electric blue titanium spacers and the satin blade. And I love the blade shape on the Osborne 940. It's got an axis lock, like Osborne 940s do, where you just pull down the lever and it flips closed. It's still a little stiff because I did just get it yesterday. But I love this knife, and now that I've got two nice knives, I think it's an addiction. Logan can prove that it's an addiction because he's been in a little longer and he's got some very nice knives.
This is actually my first pretty expensive knife. It was right around $130. It's a Fox model 479. You'll see these Fox knives a lot in like Kali circles. Funker Tactical did a special with Doug Marcado.
Yeah.
And he uses the 599. I got this one just because it was a little bit cheaper, and I looked up the measurements, and it still fits my hand pretty well. The 599, the only difference is it's a little bit smaller, and it would fit a little bit better. There's a little bit of room that I have to kind of compensate for there, but it still works. But this is my first one, and I carried the heck out of it. I mean, if you see, that's... Can't really see the
good. You can see the wear pattern.
The wear pattern and the wear pattern on the clip. This knife got the most use out of all of them so far.
I've had it for many years though.
Yeah, and then last year was kind of the year of the Microtech for me. I started out with a Microtech UTX 85. I bought this secondhand from a guy. It is so sick. It's
absolutely
burnt
gorgeous.
bronze. You can't really see it, but it's burnt bronze, kind of apocalypse finish. It's U.S. made.
It's like a stone washed burnt bronze look, and it is super, super cool.
But the blade shape on this is kind of similar to the Osborne in ways. It's got a swedge in the back, and it just gets thicker at the
You can kind of see. Yeah, there's no way, but they're
similar.
It's very similar.
Glass
Tanto
breaker
is a Tanto blade. But yeah, nice knife.
And then this is my most expensive knife. This is the Microtech SOCOM. It's an automatic. I don't honestly carry this one much. The Microtech UTX 85, I carry that a lot when I was at work. That was my kind of work knife. It fit in my scrubs pretty well. It was lightweight. This one, some Sundays I'll carry it. Not very often. It's kind of a big knife.
It's a heavy knife.
I really like
that
it.
That thing, you can't tell in the video, but that thing is a chunk. Oh, you can tell, kind of. I mean, that is a thick.
When it comes out, it like wants to jump out of your hand.
It wants to flip out of your hand. It is a beast of a knife. But like you said, it's not necessarily an everyday carry, but it is a cool everyday carry.
Tip down carry only. That was another thing that I wasn't super a fan of, but it's a knife to carry nonetheless.
Yeah.
So,
I think next I think all I got left is I got K-Bar TDI. You can carry that anymore?
Yeah, I did. Did yesterday, and I do every once in a while.
I can attest that he was carrying it yesterday. We just got out of bed, so it was kind of thrown together what we, just put our pants on. But K-Bar TDI, it's just a punch dagger, and I carry it on the left side of my belt, like right behind my side. Carry it on the left side because if your right hand is your dominant hand, then it makes sense to carry a knife on your left side because your right hand's going to be preoccupied with a gun. I also carry a CZ75 pistol, which we'll get to pistols in a second, and when I carry that, I carry a clinch pick. The blade is on you can see it glimmering, the blade is on the side that you wouldn't think it would be on. It's on the reverse side. It's made for pull cutting. I only carry that with the CZ because I carry the CZ on an outside the waistband holster, and this doesn't get in the way of whenever you're carrying appendix. It's kind of a little bit tight to carry this because you carry it in the front. You have to. Well, you don't have to, but it's the way I prefer it. So if I'm carrying outside the waistband, I do prefer this knife. One thing, I modded mine a little bit the other day. I took it out and I wrapped wet paper towels around everything except for this little portion in the opening. I took a blow dryer and took my wave and pinched it, and it It is beautiful. This isn't mine. This is Logan's. I left mine at home, and it snaps in there, and I don't have any issues with retention anymore. So something to keep in mind if you buy one of those. But I mostly carry a Glock because the only time I'm ever going to carry open carry is when I'm wearing something that will cover it. I don't ever open carry. I just, sometimes outside the waistband. So most time I'm carrying my Glock, which means most time I'm carrying my TDI. They're good knives. They're not very expensive. They're just good defensive knives. They're fast. They're fast to get to because they're fixed blade. One thing, you're not going to be able to see it probably, but I put a little stripe on there of stippling and it matches my Glock because we're not savages and we make things match. That's why I bought the one with the blue inlays because my CZ has blue scales.
Note that K-Bar, the TDI is made in Taiwan. These are made in China. So it's kind of sad that these are made in China. I feel like their quality.
Yeah,
it surprised me, but
shit works. You'd think they would,
Yeah.
But cost-wise, that's the thing. It doesn't make sense because they are kind of pricey for what they are. You would think they'd be made in the USA, but I'm not a manufacturer, so I can't speak to, cost and stuff. It's hard to tell what, maybe that would be $130 knife if it was made in the US.
Yeah. It's both are good knives.
Great
knives.
Last thing I have is, do you have anything before? Well, I guess we can sunglasses. I mean, Logan's got way cooler sunglasses. I just wear Ray-Ban Wayfarers.
I got Revision Sawflies. I got these on the Facebook Marketplace for cool guys. They are ballistic rated. I saw a video on YouTube. This guy shot him with a 12 gauge birdshot, and I think maybe one BB went through the top rim here.
But protect your eyeballs from
a lot of stuff,
some stray bullets. So that's nice. I forgot about these. Yeah. New edition. We both carry Garmin Instinct Tacticals. Got something to say about them. I love mine. I haven't had any issues with it. Logan's had some issues with his.
So it held the battery for the first 2 weeks, and then in the first time I charged it again, it goes dead in a day. So I'm not sure. Still trying to figure that out. I mean, Lena's not having that problem.
I don't have that issue. Mine literally lasts every bit of 2 weeks before I have to charge it.
I'm using the factory charger. I don't know if I'm using the right wall brick. I may have to look into that, but
that'd be something to pay, because I do use different wall brick than you.
So
we should try that. We should put I have my wall brick with me. So before I leave Tennessee, you should try that because I know it works with mine. They're very good watches. If we can figure that out, then I would definitely recommend them.
It has all kinds of features.
Everything. I mean, heartbeat sensors. It has a GPS in it, so whenever you switch time zones, it does it on its own. But you can hold down the GPS button, it'll ping your location, and it will change the time on its own. So many features. It has a night vision mode that you can turn on because that's just really cool. It's got high altitude, high opening, high altitude, low opening, jump features. Don't know how I'd use those, but it's neat. The other day I was wondering what altitude we were at. You can hold down a button and figure out, what altitude you are. Well, I did that wrong. But yeah, so it's just got so many features. Barometric pressure, pretty much everything. I carry mine just like in the last EDC video we pointed out. I carry mine like a normal person on watch facing out. Logan carries his backwards, like the military, I guess. But it's
more comfortable for me.
I think it's more comfortable carrying like this. These have very comfortable bands though. They're very elastic and they are super, super comfortable to wear.
Soft rubber.
Most comfortable watch I've ever worn. They're not necessarily the most attractive, but they are good watches. If we can figure out the battery issue.
It's very G-Shock-ish.
Yeah, very G-Shock-like.
Which,
do you want your little glass breaker thing real quick?
Oh. Yeah, this is a bracelet I got, it's probably been a year ago now. I got one for me and my wife. She doesn't carry hers much anymore just because we have a baby now, and it kind of is a little bit scratchy, so don't want to hurt him or anything, but it's just like a little hair tie kind of thing, bungee cord, but it's got a tungsten carbide bead or steel carbide bead on it, and basically what it's for is you put it on your fingers like this, like you would like a rubber band, and you can put this up against like a car glass, like a side glass, and then back glass, I think is what it works against, and you just let go, and it works. I mean, I've tried it on like glass panes or whatever on windows, and it works. I've not tried it on a car glass, but I've seen multiple videos, and it seems to work perfectly. I forget what brand it is, but it's called a GTFO. Having a blank what website I got it on, but it's just a GTFO bracelet.
Relatively inexpensive. Right?
Yeah,
Like
it's like $6, I think.
$6-9, something like that. Just cool little bracelet. You know, if you're gonna wear something just like a little knick-knack bracelet, might as well have a purpose. So we're getting up in there in time, so we'll kind of start cooking because Logan's still got a few things. I still carry very similar setup. Logan actually is carrying the setup that I had in the last EDC video. It's the same holster and everything. And he switches carry setups more than I do. He's got different holsters and stuff. I'm either carrying this setup or I have my CZ and an outside the waistband with a TLR7. And it's a CZ75 PO1, so it's the same exact size as the 19. I carry a Glock 19 with a TLR1 HL custom stipple pattern. It's the summer edition Glock, so it's stock. It just has the front slide serrations, Magpul Magwell, and that's pretty much it. I did the trigger guard cut to help with grip and stuff, but it's I think these are what size are these? They're Terran Tactical. Blacked out rear. I won't point it back here because it is loaded because carry guns should be loaded. Blacked out rear, red tritium on the front, or not tritium, fiber optics on the front. And then I carry the Glock 19X magazine. That's nice. And that bullet's corroded, so need to change that out. Haven't pulled that out of there in a second. So check your mags, guys.
Yeah, Glock 19. Mine's a little more stock than his. I've got the Ameriglow fiber optics, blacked out rear. I want to switch to the Terran Tacticals. I actually got those for him, and I like them a lot more than my sights, so I might switch those someday. But custom stipple pattern as well. Working on the Glock Magwell. Think I might do that. Not really much to say. I'm carrying critical duties in mine.
Yeah, that's one sad thing is because of the ammo shortage, I'm carrying full metal jackets because it's what I have.
And I'm carrying HSTs in the spare mag. I'm carrying a 17 round spare mag and then a 15 round.
And I carry a 15 round and a 19 round spare, so I'm 35 rounds with one in the chamber. I just like that because it sits flush and it doesn't bother me. With Logan's, the 17 sits flush. It's just because of the way that the holster is cut. I bought it to where the mag sat lower so I could fit more rounds. Whenever he ordered that one, I don't think you did any adjusting to the settings on the order.
This is a T-Rex Arms holster, and that's a Tier 1 holster.
Tier 1 holster. Keep in mind, super sick Boba Fett holster. I had that custom done. It was like kind of my idea. Had to get the cord myself, yellow cord, but green, red, and yellow. Pretty cool stuff.
And this is my one I probably carry the most. It's a TRX Arms Raptor. It makes it to where I can carry the TLR1 HL. I like having a weapon light when I know I'm going to be out past dark. Mm-hmm. Yesterday I knew I wasn't going to be out past dark, so I like carrying more rounds when I know that I'm not going to be out past dark.
But ideally, Logan would if he had this as an option.
Yeah. I would carry that.
It's
but
just, these holsters are very expensive for
Yeah.
what they are. So, you know, you already had that. So one day though, I would like to switch to carrying this with a TLR7 because I like the TLR7 better than the TLR1 HL. But I'm not about to drop $140 on another holster when this one works fine. I will eventually, but they're just very expensive. So for what they are, when I already have one that works.
Mm-hmm.
So, but it is a good idea to carry weapons light, like you said, when you know you're going to be out past dark.
Nothing much more to go over. I mean, I carry my revolver just like the last video. Pretty frequently. If I'm not carrying my Glock, I'm carrying my revolver. If I'm carrying my Glock, I'm usually carrying my revolver.
Most of the times I ask him, he has it on. So.
Yeah. I forget about it, so I figured why not just put it on.
I asked him yesterday if he had it on, and he sat there and thought for a second. He said, well, my left ankle's sweatier than my right, so I'm pretty sure I have it on. You want to go over just real quick? You don't have to go over all the contents, but every once in a while, Logan carries a fanny pack.
I did yesterday.
I gotta find. Oh, my phone's the one we're using, or else I'd show the picture. Very dad-like. Yeah. Since the last video, Logan's now a father.
Yeah. So I gotta do the part. So, in here, just a couple pins. I've got my actual. Before I had the Streamlight ProTech, I had the pin light, and I carry that in here now, just kind of redundancy. I've got my revolver reload, some spare batteries, some chapstick, a few medical. I got a boo-boo kit, in a lock sack, lighter, some foamy earpieces. Let's see, a lens,
Ferricium lens.
Charger, aux cord, brick thing, and I have a charger for a USB-C and a USB-A, I guess it would be. Just in case. And then I have a copy of my passport, just in case I need some ID.
Yeah. Basically, everything you would carry in the console of your car, that's what Logan has on him when he has a fanny pack.
And I use like alcohol spray.
Yeah.
My wife really likes to carry alcohol spray.
Straight, like 90%, isopropyl alcohol. That's good to have. I prefer that over hand sanitizer because it doesn't leave your hands all wet. You can just rub it and it goes away. So I think that's pretty much it. I mean,
we've got a new phone. It's pretty big.
I also got a different phone, but I can't show it. It's what we're using. Mine's a blue G90 or something.
Mine's a Moto something or other. Got free with the new plan. But.
Yeah, we both carry relatively cheap phones. I'm really hard on my phone, and no matter what company, I would probably have to replace it every year. So I just buy cheap phones.
It's not worth spending $1,000 on phone for me. I mean, if it does what it needs to, then
if you can spend $200 every year, then rather than say a really good phone lasts you 2 years, then you're spending $800 every 2 years. I'd rather have a $200 phone every single year. Just makes more sense. That was a little extra information.
Yeah.
A little unsolicited advice. Yeah. But I think that's it. So. Until next time, that was our 2021 EDC, and hopefully y'all learned something. So, peace out.